Hi, I'm vjsmyth. I'm back from the opening event with another point-and-click horror game, Silverload. And this is the USA copy, and I'm going to show off something I picked up 2 weeks ago, which I did not ever think I'd ever get my hands on, the EU PC Big Box. I love these. So this is a point-and-click horror game set in the Wild West, and played a stereotypical man with no names and need to go and rescue a kid from a cult, except there is actual supernatural stuff going on. And are they werewolves or vampires? We'll ask that question as we continue on. Now, unfortunately for this run, there's no in-game audio, and that's for some tech setups. You just have to listen to me for the entire estimate. But lucky enough, it is a short run. So, time starts when I hit return to game. I just need to lock in my mouse cursor here. We turn off the sound, and 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so the reason why we have no in-game sound is we can skip text, but we can't skip audio lines. So I need to skip through these carefully because I need to click on dialogue options and grab a compass off this guy. Now, for marathon safety, I'm also going to grab goggles here. I don't necessarily need them. Come on, game. There we go. It's kind of finicky to hit boxes for some stuff. So I need to now go through a sandstorm in the desert to get to the town of Silverload. Without the goggles, you can actually mash fast enough and you'll skip through it, but if you fail, you have to sit through, the screen goes into black and white mode, and you can only fix it by quitting the game to DOS prompt and relaunch the entire thing from scratch. You can't actually skip it. So here's an anthropologist in the town of Silverload. He's a lot of lore. We're actually not going to see him at all. We're skipping so much stuff in this game. This game is kind of great for like multiple playthroughs because you kind of go, what if I did this? And you find out, oh wow, there's actually more stuff. So here's the hotel Silverload. We're going to walk inside and we're going to exit, and we're going to go into the barn and grab this stick. So we're actually going to barricade the door behind us. I'm just going to dump the goggles in the ground here just because inventory management is a thing. And we're going to barricade the door. This saves us money. Money is very important in this run because we have a set amount of money we start off with, and so much stuff costs money in this. If we paid for a hotel room, we'd have to do an entire little mini section and cost money. But we can stay in the hotel for free by just barricading the door. You're actually not supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to actually pay to stay in the barn, but you can actually just bypass it entirely. Now, I went into the hotel for one reason: to open it up as a fast travel hotspot. So we open the fast travel on the map, and then we fast travel to the front of the hotel, and boom, we are right here in the front, and it's daytime. This is Kane. We're just going to tell him, yeah, we see you kicking the crap out of a guy there, we're just going to ignore you. Now, because we fast traveled out of the barn is now in a glitched state, and we'll see that at the end of this in-game day. And it's coming here just to grab some items, and we're going to see the preacher, who's the head of the cult, and we're going to go into the general store. Okay, this is a 90s adventure game, so we need rope because, of course, we do. And, of course, the game hit my input there. Come on. Bye. There we go. And we give him money. And there's matches here. This is a 90s adventure game. Of course we need the matches. So grab the rope and the matches from the shop. And it's not the last of shopping we're doing. We're going immediately getting another item. If be careful clicking here because I don't want to go into the barber shop. Perfect. Some of the like exits are kind of the same. Like you go walk into jail there by mistake. So we talk to Undertaker here and we ask him to take a picture with 2 celebrity bank robber corpses. And the only reason to do this is you want to quickly grab this hammer and this hook off of the dead guy and then get a picture taken. So you might be wondering, why am I dumping everything in the bottom right-hand corner of my inventory? Some items you can use automatically without having to take them out of your inventory, and anything that is used automatically, I just dump in the corner because I have no need to pull it back out, so it doesn't matter where it is. So we need to come into the gun shop and we can't buy silver bullets, which you actually need to win the game, but we can make them. We have to buy this bullet press off him, and that costs $5. It's the most expensive thing in the game next to the actual hotel night. So, oops. And we're going to climb it down as well. You need to be very careful because you see the hitbox here for it. It's like a pixel off it, and your inventory, climb down the well. Inventory, climb down the well. So I need to grab this medallion, and we're grabbing this bucket. And now we're going to see probably one of the more famous screenshots. This is one actually to go, oh, that's what this is from. There's another one of a guy creeping on a window, and that one is probably as famous as well, but unfortunately we don't get to see it in this run because we're not going into the hotel ever again. If you're doing like kind of an all-lore category, you would be, but it's not really a good category to even attempt to do because most of it's just mashing the right mouse button for cutscenes anyway, so in fact, anything. Okay, so werewolf or vampire. So it is daytime outside. So werewolf, right? Because he's in human form, but he wants blood. That's vampire, right? And he runs out of the window. So during daytime, so it has to be a werewolf, right? We'll come back to this. So we're grabbing the tongs here, which is the only reason we come into the forge, and we're not going to do the walk of shame. We're going to take the rope back out, which is kind of one of the meaner things the game does because you don't really recycle a lot of items, but the rope is the only one you actually do. So now we're going to try and trigger the cutscene trigger for it to be nighttime. So a guy outside goes like, oh, hey, I'm really thirsty and I could do it some wake up juice. And I'm talking to the bartender and goes, hey, you want to wake you up? Beer. And now beer doesn't actually wake you up for some reason, but this is the Wild West. Science hadn't been properly up to speed. We hadn't fully discovered the limits of alcohol at that point. I'm lying. But yeah, so let's buy this guy some booze. And because we're such good people and he likes us so much, he's going to ask us, hey, can you give me another one actually? And then I'll help you out. So I get ale again. I have to be careful mashing the thing because I don't want to mash it too much. And we grab second ale and we give it to him. Now, there's an entire gambling minigame there you can do to make money, but lucky enough, because of what we've done here with skips, we don't actually need to get any money. And that's a big time save that I found. Most of the other tech in this game was found by the other runner, JFC, who pioneered 90% of the tech here. And I just kind of came along and just rerouted a few bits after him. So we grabbed 2 magic wands. And you might say, it looks like a crowbar and a sledgehammer, but no, these are magical. And we'll show why in a minute. So we've done enough in-game events to trigger the next day. There's some other stuff you can do as well, but the game kind of does, if you have X amount of stuff done, it triggers the next game day. So this door is locked, and using our magic crowbar and the power of friendship and the fact it's a crowbar, we open up this door, and now we get to see werewolf or vampire. So it's nighttime, and this is definitely a werewolf, right? This is a werewolf. I think the entire chat can agree this is werewolf. Okay. Right. So that's the town's mayor, and we're going to come across one of the more annoying rooms in the game. So the tiny pixel here is a keyhole. And we need to grab this magic spell. And we need to grab this key carefully. And if we close the drawer and come back around. And now that single pixel of a keyhole, we can open up to activate a secret door. And like trying to get this fast in a speedrun is super annoying because it's just super finicky. So magic spell, magic circle, boom, teleportation. And now we're in the basement of the church. So this sphere here is a magic orb that actually stops us from walking out to the edge of the town to the silver mine itself. But we picked up a magic wand. So using this magic wand, we carefully break the spell. So that was some delicate magical touch there, but it's done. And now we're going to just fast travel back to the hotel. The game kind of wants you to teleport back out and walk, but you can just fast travel. So now we're going back into the kitchen, and there's loose floorboards here that we could get into earlier because we had got the crowbar, and we're going to grab this lantern. Now, the game does have multiple solutions for stuff. So you actually can become cursed, and then you have night vision. But we are avoiding that entire plot thread, unfortunately, and so we need an actual torch. So we light the lantern, take it, and also we get a second match out. We don't actually need the matchbox. And now we're going to go back into the barn. And because it's in a grit state, we can sleep again without having to do anything else. And the game doesn't actually want you to do this. The game wants you to go off and find another place to stay for the second night. And we just completely bypassed all that. So now we're going to fast travel out to the edge of town. And we're going to come up here into this building. And we need to quickly close the cage over the parrot cage, or the hood over the parrot cage, otherwise we get a game over in a few minutes. And we're going to come in here and we're going to look through this telescope. This unlocks this train as a fast travel hotspot, and that's very important, and it's a tech skip that I found that'll come up later on. Most of the time when you go to, you have to actually go to an area to unlock it as a fast travel hotspot. That's the only one in the game that if you see it in a cutscene, you don't actually have to do anything else. So now we're in the mining camp, and we're going to just grab the key out, or the mines out of this guy's boots. And there's other stuff you can do in here, but we're going to completely ignore it because we're skipping all of that side quest. We're going to close off the entrance to the mine, and now we're going to build us a grappling hook. So if you forgot to pick up the rope off of the well after you finish doing it, you have to do a walk of shame, and I've lost so many runs trying to do that. So here's a skip that JFC first found, and this is massive. So we grab silver, so we can make silver bullets, and then we grab dynamite. And then we do not close our inventory, but open up fast travel. And we fast travel straight to the train. So we have just skipped a massive section of the game because we were supposed to do a big shootout with the corrupt sheriff and his gang, and there's a big dialogue scene, and it's very long, it's very emotional, and if we're doing the entire game story, we would be wasting about 10 minutes or so, maybe a bit longer, and that's just gone. As long as you don't close the inventory after picking up the dynamite, and you have to pick up it in the order of silver, then the dynamite. If you don't do that order, it doesn't work. So JFC found that tech, and that's fantastic. And the skip I found for fast traveling out of the barn, that's based on this tech that he found. So again, much kudos to him, and absolute gent. So now we've melted silver, and we're going to make silver bullets. And dump them in the pile here. And now we're going to leave and trigger our next cutscene. So we'd have an entire different cutscene here afterwards where we'd actually become turn into monsters because we'd be cursed. But we're skipping that entirely in this version. So I'll just pay attention here. So I need to shoot this guy in the head. I need to shoot the sheriff in the crotch. need to shoot this guy in the head. I need to shoot this guy in the head, and then I need to shoot the sheriff in the head. You have to be kind of quick with this because you will get a game over. Fun fact, this did get a PS1 release, and on the PS1 release, it's actually a Time Crisis style shooting section. So now we're going to have we're onto the end game. So it's the final night, and the cult are going to sacrifice the kid we're supposed to rescue. So we're going to get him back. So we're going to, first of all, we're going to put dynamite on the base of the supports, and we're going to use the other magic spell we found to go up onto the roof. And here's the kid. We're going to save him, and I have to be really fast for this because there's a chance I can die here. So it's nighttime with a full moon, so these can't be werewolves, right? They have to be vampires. So we shoot that guy. Shoot that guy. Oh god, it might cost me there. And we shoot the werewolf on the left, even though it's a full moon, should already be a werewolf. Shoot that guy. And now we need to shoot the cult leader in the head a few times. Time is coming up very shortly if I don't mess it up. So shoot this guy in the head, shoot this guy in the head, and shoot this guy in the head, and he should be dead. And now we need to quickly get the hell out of here before the place blows up. Oh god, I might be dead. Come on. I got out of there. Okay, and time. Okay, that was really close. If you mistimed that by, like, you saw how many clicks I had there, like one more click, I would have been dead. And the game just gives you that screen and then dumps you to DOS prompt saying, thanks for playing Silverload. That's it. Gotta love DOS gaming. Where it's just like, we could do an entire like lengthy cutscene and give you like closure and of all the plot threads. Nah, just, you know, the end. That's it. There's actually a couple of end criteria you can do where you can actually just walk out of town without setting dynamite, and you just get the exact same the end cutscene. You can set the dynamite afterwards, wander around town, and the dynamite will then go off and explode, and then you get the the same ending. But yeah, so yeah, I've been vjsmyth, and this was Silverload. You can find this on speedrun.com, and if you want any questions about this game, feel free to ping me on the speedrun.com board, or JFC, who's the moderator of the board. Well, thank you. So I will toss back over to our hosts whenever they give me the go-ahead cut. And yeah, and I hope everybody's been enjoying the marathon so far, because it has been fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. I always hate that because I'm literally looking through a screen camera.
My wife, my voice. Pretty sure it's pretty good, pretty accurate, I assume. The music's the loudest part of this game. That's why I'm just letting the music play instead of the sound effects. So yes, this is a game. I did crop off the top. Okay, I did. I was gonna say, because otherwise you're just looking at like, for some reason Unity opens up a Chrome page. I'm like, okay, just don't refresh that. Who is Sunday Night Football tonight? It's Green Bay versus somebody. Seahawks? No, they're on a bye because I had to start Mac Jones instead of Darnold. Who on earth